Hello, tell us who you are.
Who I am. Oh, my name is Sarah. This is Bert. Who do you mean who I am?
Well, your name.
My name. What do I do?
Tell it here. Let's just go in. You said your name. Tell us about yourself. Where do you come from? Where do you go? Oh, that's my joke to myself. Cotton Eye Joe. I made that joke and then I forgot to not read the joke that I made to myself. Okay. Where did you come from? What's your schooling, family, pets? You know, the general Sarah FYI.
The Sarah basics.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Sarah. My full name is Sarah Hughes, which is pretty boring name. It's such a common name. I don't know, I'm going off on this tangent, but the name Sarah Hughes, I have literally met and hung out with another Sarah Hughes in my own age bracket. So it's a very common name. But long story short, that's my name. I am from, originally, I grew up in Grand Junction, Colorado, live currently in Denver. I moved here a year after I graduated high school, I graduated in 2002, so that shows you how old I am now. I went to high school in Grand Junction, moved here, and didn't know what to do with my life. I almost went to art school and didn't. Instead, worked in restaurants. Eventually went to hair school. Decided that that's not where I wanted to go either. You have to sometimes live it to learn that that's not what you want to do. And now I'm here.
Awesome. How did you become a nerd?
How did I become a nerd? I mean, I think you're always a little bit of a nerd, even before that you knew that you were a nerd.
How did you know you were a nerd?
Because, well, I'm getting there. So, I have, like I said, you've always kind of had, nerdy tendencies. I used to make my parents rent me either The Last Unicorn or Legend, which you might pick out the theme there when I was young. When we go to the video store and get to pick out a movie, it was Last Unicorn or Legend. My preference always was for The Last Unicorn because it's one of my favorite things. I would do that religiously. I would do things I would make my parents record episodes of the X-Files that I would be missing while I was at dance practice. I used to get ready every morning. I had this tiny little television screen that had it was a combination TV and VCR combo, and I had Star Wars that I would watch A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, just on repeat every morning while I got ready for school. I dressed as Trinity at the episode 2. I didn't know that those were things that nerds did. Just did them. I wrote Johnny Quest fan fiction when I was 12. I didn't know that was the term for it. And then eventually, of course, X-Files fan fiction. Was doing that shit before I knew. I knew that that's what nerds did. And then so this is me as my younger self. This is a long story. I'm sorry.
There ain't no limit on time.
But we go on tangents really easy. But I moved to Denver, and that's when I learned about anime conventions. And not only did I learn about the Renaissance Festival, but was the princess at the Renaissance Festival for several years. So I learned that knew that kind of culture kind of all at once when I came to Denver, and there was more of that scene. I'm sure that it was there in Grand Junction, but I didn't know what it was. I don't know, you learn about things. And then when you learn, once I feel you break into the convention scene, that is a room packed of other nerds that are going to show you the way of nerddom, and you're going to go from there.
So, that's a really good lead-in. How did you end up in Atomic Pixies?
Oh, that is a fantastic lead-in. So, this was definitely not my first NDK. because
NDK is Non-Desukan, the local Denver anime con.
yes, Non-Desukan. What was it? 2007.
Yeah, sure.
I think it was 2007. So that had several years under my belt, but that particular convention, I'm 90% sure it was 2007. Was dressed as Yuko Ichihara from Triple X Holic Tsubasa. I was attending a anime panel. Well, not an anime panel. It was at an anime convention. So but are you bringing over a visual?
This is who she was cosplaying.
Even in that dress, actually.
Exactly. Oh, I can't get it. It's like super out of focus. Let me see
really
if
dusty.
Yeah, it's hella dusty. You go, Dusty.
You go, a dusty hoe.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's very out of focus. I'm sorry. There we go.
I've been not looking at the camera. You're getting
great.
the
You're
full
doing great.
experience. So
Dressed as
Yuko. There was a panel
about how to not be an obnoxious yaoi fangirl.
Yeah,
how to be queer in fandom spaces without being an offensive asshole.
Because when you're in online spaces, it's easy to be offended or offensive, I think, without necessarily meaning to be, and especially when you're, treading on subjects that are really touchy and personal to people. You want to be as respectful and helpful and knowledgeable about things as possible. But anyway.
And this was also like prime pure yaoi paddle territory.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, so it became a safe space for people to come and ask dumb questions and to share queer stuff.
Yeah.
And
guess who was running the panel? It wasn't me. It was, as you might have guessed, our beautiful and wonderful friend Tara, who was running the panel, and we ended up having a moment where we were like, "I see you, I got you," and then she gave out. This is also the Days of Live Journal. She mentioned her Live Journal username, and so I remembered it, and I went home, and I friended her, and I was like, I was this girl, do you remember me? And then eventually we started, we became friends on LiveJournal, and then we hung out, and then one thing led to another, because I have always done, my own, little arts and stories and stuff on the side, and Tara had been a part of a group called Studio FAX that they worked together, and I thought that was really cool and interesting, and because, I don't know, the idea of collaboration was wow, not only how do you do that, but what do you, I don't know. It was just something that I thought was really fascinating, especially because I was my own fangirl heart, because I'm a very big Clamp fan, as the world will eventually know. So hard. But they're a collaborative art group, so I was all oh, so that's kind of how they work, or I don't know. And it's, now I think I understand a lot more.
Awesome. So, what does a day in your life look like?
Oh, a day in my life looks...
like a work day.
looks pretty great, actually. Usually start, getting, normal start at, get ready, chill. Like to have a nice, relaxing start. Hang out with my kitties. They're everywhere, but you can't see them. We have 5. But then usually try to get started with the day around 10:30 or so. But man, that list can be drastically different from day to day depending on what needs done, where I need to be, what projects are happening, what projects are almost happening, what projects do I need to be getting ready to prepare for. But some organization, kind of, I don't know what does my typical day look like? It can look so different.
That's fair. So how about then let's shift into what's your process? How do you do your work?
How do I do my work? You're asking me the hard questions. Oh man. So Tara and I work together, and I say Tara and I, but I also mean Bev as well. Tara and I do a lot more of the like hands-on. I'm gonna draw this on paper, but there's a lot more that goes into creating art than just putting a piece of things on paper. But sometimes I start with a full-fledged idea. Sometimes I don't. These beautiful art reference books over here, you might notice. I don't know. Can you see them in there?
Yeah.
So these are our beautiful art books. We have our, like, you might, oh my goodness. Notice, like, what that looks like.
Oh, it's so busted.
I know. It's so gnarly. It's busted, tabbed up with so many, like, gone through this so many times to be like, oh, this is going to be the shape that I kind of start with, or I like where this is going, or like sometimes it's like kind of having a puzzle, building a puzzle that you don't have all pieces for yet. And sometimes you end up having to make them yourself and carve them out of whatever it is you can. But I don't know. I'm not answering this at all very well.
No, you're answering. So what are your inspirations with that? Like, what artists? Obviously Alphonse Muha, but like what other artists and stuff? Yeah,
because like there's so
and
many
things.
I love Alphonse Muha for like his like framework, because I really feel like I know, like how he contains things and also shoves so much information in, which is what I love to do. I really love. I guess we're gonna eventually get there. I love taking what information I have and being able to like squeeze it down into something. Sometimes that's easier than others. Sometimes I have a lot more to say than others. Sometimes I'm just, not saying anything. But that's art, I feel. But I really love when I get to take pieces and put them in a way that maybe tells a story, maybe just expresses something, shows something, what I don't know, love and see and think is beautiful.
All right, well, you actually answered my next question. So we're going to go to, what's your favorite part of being an Atomic Pixie?
Oh, I love being an Atomic Pixie. I love both the challenge and the freedom that it gives me. I like that, like, I don't know, it's a lot of getting to problem solve a lot of different things, or getting to create something in a way I don't think could be done otherwise. Like, I don't really know quite how to say what I mean other than, like, I don't know. I can't do all that I can do what I can do, but sometimes you need something else to make it better, or to, I don't know, bring out what's good in you. I don't know. It's a different thing than I think I could have just on my own, for sure.
Being the collaborative aspect of it. All right. What has been your favorite experience? So we go to a lot of conventions and shows. We interact with a lot of people. What has been your favorite interaction with someone you've had with our art?
Oh gosh, I love stories of people. I love getting to like just meet and interact with people and sharing that. Like, I have a lot of great moments. I have some really perfect ones, but like also they all boil down to like, I love getting to make that like instant connection about something, because I have this like booth of stuff being like, this is stuff I love. Do you want to talk about it with me? And people can be like, I love this thing. We can bond over it for a second. And like, sometimes you can make that just like quick little friend, and you just have like that great interaction of the day. But my favorite thing is getting to like our like a Harley and Ivy print. We have this wonderful couple came up to us and we're like, and she said, this is how I feel about my partner. And it was just like, and she's like, it makes me happy every day that I get to see it. And it just like makes me want to cry thinking about it. Cause I'm like, oh, it's what I want.
Beautiful. All right. What's your dream project?
Oh, Jesus. Like, I don't want to say that I don't have any, because I have so many, but I don't, like, it's not that I'm not already working on them to some extent, like.
But if somebody gave you, if somebody gave you $10 million,
$10 million,
and they said you can only use this on an art project that you want to happen, but nothing is going to get in your way of stopping that project from happening, I'd broke her.
I don't know what I would just cry. I don't know.
Her dream project is anxiety.
My dream project is anxiety.
All right, so what are your art fears?
Oh.
Someone giving you $10 million. No.
Oh, no. I just, like, I feel like if someone gave me $10 million, I'd just keep doing what I was doing, though. Like, that's...
Ramp up.
Yeah, just be more comfortable and have I would just use it to have a bigger space to do things in.
Make an Ezra plushie. Use it to make so many Ezra plushies.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I think that's a fair answer. I would invest in everything so I could do everything more. I think that actually might be my answer too. I don't know. Now I've said that, I can talk about my Naruto project instead. My real answer's in your video.
Yes.
All right. What should someone watch or read to know who you are? Let's do 3 things.
3 things. I'm like, but there's like 10.
Okay. 10 things.
Like, though I'm like, but would I just be listing fandoms of mine? Or
That's fine. Oh. Hey, we have fandoms we enjoy, and then we have fandoms that are like, hello.
There's the ones that, like, this is a core memory.
Yeah.
And, like, I do feel that if I have to say for sure, Lost and Tsubasa are extremely high on that list. Like, but then I think we've got to dabble in some, like, I feel like The Last Unicorn also important. Some like Lord of the Rings. And, like, I don't know if I'm saying this because I'm just so hard right there, but some Matrix is in there, I feel, because if it's not, it's there now. Like, guys, I loved The Matrix 4 so hard, but I've always loved The Matrix. Do you want to know something? Those 3 movies are up in my room. They're on my bed.
What about X-Files?
And the X-Files, yeah. The X-Files, and but also, like, Star Wars, Star Trek is really important, and I don't know that I can separate those 2 either.
All right. And before we go to the next question, you should tell us who just popped up.
Oh, yes. This is Gremlin. Huh?
She's like, oh, God.
Why are you disturbing my comfort?
All right. This is the last real super serious one. What is the best piece of art advice you've ever run into?
The best piece of art advice I've ever run into? Just keep practicing. Just keep doing it. Like, even if that one doesn't turn out how you like, the next one might. So doesn't always turn out like it looks in your head, and that's fine. No, someday it will. And then someday it'll stop doing that, and then you need to keep going, and you need to keep going, and you'll get better. You really do. And if it's something that you like, do it. Like, you don't have to do it for any reason other than yourself. Also, like, just making art and being creative is a valid thing.
Beautiful.
Everyone should do more.
All right. What superpower do you want?
Like, I'm gonna be so basic, and this probably changes all the time, but like right now, I think I just want to fly. Like, I don't want like mind powers. I don't want anything that's gonna give me a huge amount of responsibility. Flying around, I feel like I can handle though.
Like, I'll rescue a few cats.
Yeah, I can rescue cats. I can rescue people falling. I can get up high places. I like high places. So, like, that's cool.
If you had to shape change to an animal right now, but would be stuck forever, what would it be?
Oh, some sort of bird for sure.
And I don't mean for all eternity, forever too.
But like I have to be like, do I have to be the animal, or do I get to be like me but in the shape of an animal?
That. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, definitely bird. But like, I feel like a bigger bird. Like, I would want to be like a
secretary.
hawk or secretary bird. Yeah. Yes, definitely secretary bird, because then I could like punch people.
What fictional world would you most want to live in?
I feel like I had a really easy answer a while ago. The thing is, so often that the fictional worlds, what's so great about them, they would suck to live in. Like,
right. I want to live in the Hunger Games.
Like Star Trek, I feel, is like the best universe.
All right, Flip, which one would you least want to live in?
Oh, God. Oh.
The Matrix.
That one's pretty bad. There was also one that was just really shitty that I was thinking about. There's a lot of bad ones. Like, I don't want to live in the Hunger Games universe either. No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I just was looking back. Apparently, it must be Hunger Games was 2012, because I was looking at my 2012 pictures, and you know what it all is? It's images from the games.
That! All right. Favorite speed round. What is your favorite movie?
The Fifth Element.
Book.
I don't know.
Last Unicorn?
Yeah, Last Unicorn.
Food.
Potatoes.
Video game.
Mass Effect.
Band.
Oh, that changes a lot.
Your answer for right now is fine.
The answer right now is... That's kind of hard. It's hard right now. I don't know who it is right now. I don't know. I love so many. I don't know that I have a favorite one right now. I know that's a bad answer. I usually like... I'm like,
but our top starred list and stuff this year has been insane.
Like, it's all over the place.
Right? All right. Animal.
I'm kitty.
Superhero.
I feel like I have to say this, and it's because I have an arc reactor tattooed on my chest. So, like, if I don't say Tony Stark, what am I doing with my life? But it is Tony Stark. Like,
I mean, if it ever wasn't, I won't tell him.
But, like...
He's dead. He won't know. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
What's your favorite anime?
My favorite anime... Well... So my favorite manga is Tsubasa, but it is not my favorite anime. Visually, it makes me angry. Fullmetal Alchemist is my favorite anime.
Anybody die in those?
I don't... It gets me so dumb.
I'm kidding. Who's your favorite child?
Who's my favorite child? Like, of my children? Of, like, my children? Or, like...
Yes, I don't know why I wrote that.
Like, child? Or fictional child? Or...
Yeah, well, who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite? Oh... I can't even be like, who's your favorite child? And then, like, Grimm is in my lap.
So you can't tell her to her face it's
Bird?
Bird?
Her face is Bird.
It's fair. DC or Marvel?
I'm gonna have to go with Marvel.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Damn it. No. Yes.
Yes.
Star Wars, though, like, I feel like I go there harder more often.
Kirk or Picard?
Picard.
Favorite graphic novel or comic?
Right now, Saga.
Favorite member of the Fellowship?
Oh, Sam? I was reading a post about Sam this morning and I had a lot of feelings about it. So I'm going to go there right now.
Romantic choice in Mass Effect?
Right now, romancing Garrus. I'm so happy. Love him.
And last, what message do you have for our patrons?
Oh, I love you guys. It's really actually been a lot of fun doing. I know that I'm like the lurker one, but if you're not lurking, you're not living. It's my motto in life.
I'm gonna stick that onto like a sampler for you.
But I do love you, and it's really, I love getting like the feedback that you guys have, and because you guys have such great ideas. So like my own personal goal is to be a little bit more interactive with the outside world in general. I'm very good about being like, hey, and then never coming out again from my cave. So I'm going to try to be out of my cave more. I love you.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sarah. What happened to the chicken, Sarah?
What happened to the chicken? What about the chicken?
What is your full name, Sarah?
Wouldn't you like to know?
That does not give me enough.
I'm sorry. Wouldn't you like to know?
God.